This is your Kick-Ass Life podcast, episode number 209.
And here's your host, the girl who serves it up straight with a side of crazy, Andrea Owen.
Hey there, ass kickers. Welcome to another episode of the Daily Diaries. We are finishing up another week. This is our second week, so we're right smack in the middle of these. And as I was saying yesterday, I've been really enjoying these. I hope you've been enjoying them. I asked a few days ago if you wouldn't mind coming over to Instagram, where I love to hang out the most. My handle over there is Your Kick-Ass Life. And just leaving a comment and telling me how you feel about these episodes. I cannot promise I will do this again. This has been a lot of work. I was like, oh, they're going to be short. It's going to be no big deal. It's actually, 5 times as much work for the week that I'm used to. I'm used to, just my weekly episodes. So we'll be going back to those in March, but I've really been enjoying telling you these stories and putting them all together for you. Today, I have a worksheet that I made just for you so that you can do this work in your life. They are journaling prompts that pertain to each of the episodes that I have laid out for you this week, starting at episode 205. So again, if you are brand new to this, if you are just stumbling upon this podcast, first of all, welcome to the YKAL community. And it would probably be easiest if you started at episode 200. Episode 205 was about making peace with unfinished business, the old parts of ourselves that may still need something like healing, processing, something to help us move on. Episode 206 this week was that story when I went to rehab to visit my boyfriend that was there, about his fake cancer, about him cheating on me with Debbie. And mostly that episode was about finding your motivation. What is your catalyst for change? Episode 207 from Wednesday was all about the stories we make up about other people that we think have their shit together, quote unquote. People we can tend to put on a pedestal, people we think are better than we are. And in episode 208 that just came out yesterday was a story about me trying to figure out what it meant by the term, my life had become unmanageable. That term coming from the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Spoiler alert, if you haven't listened, for me, it was all about boundaries, emotions, and communication that had become unmanageable. So this is usually the part where I tell you where to go for the worksheet. But first, I'm going to tell you a story. I have a bonus story for you. Usually Fridays is just kind of a recap, maybe a couple of extra things I failed to mention over the week, and then telling you where to go to get the worksheet. But I had another story that I wanted to tell you, and it starts from last November. So last November, I sat on a video conference call with several women that we have a peer mastermind group. Some of the women have actually been on this podcast. They are my friends and colleagues, and it's a group of other coaches that support one another. And every month we meet on a topic of our choice. So each of us get a certain amount of time and we bring a topic that we would love support on. And it was a cold November day, and I started with this. I said, okay, I'm about to introduce a new program to my audience, and I really feel like it's been in the making for 10 years. I've been so excited about it over the last few months that I've been sort of putting it all together. I do feel like it's the baby of Your Kick-Ass Life, the course I was meant to teach, and I am so scared to put it out there. Because the truth of it is, I was afraid of teaching something that kind of veers away from some of the deeper things I've been teaching over the last 3 years. The last handful of years, I've really taken a deep dive and gone into deeper topics. And there was a part of me that was really afraid to go back to the foundational, quote unquote, life coaching things. And I was afraid people would not sign up for the program. I was going to get shut out because nobody cared about the topics. It was different. And when something means a lot to me like that, the acceptance of it really matters. In other words, I felt like I was taking a huge risk. And here's the thing about this I had a download about this program. Basically felt like the idea was dropped into my lap. And I haven't been this excited about a program since the birth of Your Kick-Ass Life in 2010. And I'm just afraid, what if people read the info page and they're like, meh? What if people say no? What if it tanks? And to be honest, I've gotten past a lot of fear in my life. I've looked at fear, laughed at my fear, studied fear. I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what it looks like in my own life and can deal with it. But what I know for sure is the more passionate we are about things, the more we believe in them, the more we love something, the more vulnerable we feel. So as I ranted about this new program to my colleagues, Samantha Bennett, who is one of the coaches, she's a creative coach, she's incredible. She said to me, "What does your audience love the most about you, Andrea?" And really without hesitation, I said, "They love that I tell the truth. They love that I tell them the truth." To which she replied, "Then stop pussyfooting around and tell them the truth." She definitely gave it to me straight. This is why I believe support is so important. If you read my book, How to Stop Feeling Like Shit, chapter 2, I talk about this. I talk about the importance of your compassionate witnesses, the people who will hear your struggle and respond with compassion. And then there are the friends who will see your brilliance and your fear and turn your head away from the fear and towards the brilliance. These are the people who will not tolerate you succumbing to your fear. So who are those people to you? Do you have them? But maybe you do have them and you need to tell them how you would love to be supported. Do you not have them and need to take action on nurturing those relationships? Maybe you don't want to have somebody, one of your compassionate witnesses, say something to you like Samantha said to me. This is a relationship that was already established and trust was built, and she knew that is exactly what I needed because I have communicated to them in the past. So who are the people who know you best and will hold you to your dreams? So as far as the program I mentioned, that program is Raise Hell, the one that I got a download about last year. It's a 4-month online program. This is longer than I have taught in about 4 or 5 years. Because what I have realized, and I've gone back to this length of program, because what I have realized is that lasting change happens over time. Therefore, this being a 4-month online program. So it's part course, part support group, part accountability group. And I believe it's an adventure that will take you from really feeling like you're on kind of autopilot in your life to taking action on the life you want. And again, there is accountability built in because I feel another thing I've noticed, having done this for, how long have I been running group programs? 7 or 8 years now, that if there is not accountability, then people tend to drop off. So accountability is built into this program. It's also in its maiden voyage. This is the first time I'm running this particular program. This is not the first time I have taught these modules, but I am putting it out there at an introductory price, and it opens up today. It's early bird pricing today, and it's at yourkickasslife.com/raise-hell. And I'm so excited. And there's going to be probably people that are like, meh. And that's okay. And that's okay because I do the work. I can let it sting a little bit and I can move on because I have the support, because I do the work. And that's what I want for you. So switching gears here over to you doing the work as well. If you're ready to grab the worksheet for this particular week's lessons, it's at yourkickasslife.com/209. There's also a link to Raise Hell on that page. So it's basically this post with links in there. And so you can grab your worksheet and read about Raise Hell, see if it's for you. I'm also offering a quick phone call for anybody who is seriously interested in the program, but isn't sure it's right for them. So you will find that all on the Raise Hell program page. Again, yourkickasslife.com/ raise-hell. And the worksheet for you to grab is over at yourkickasslife.com/209. And like I mentioned yesterday, I'm really excited about next week's episodes. So I'm going to leave you in suspense there and have you just have to wait for them. All right, ass kickers, thank you so much for sticking around with me and for giving me your time. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you out in cyberspace. Bye-bye.